It's almost like there are multiple options coming in from on high. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whichever placement of your chart you want to look at. And if you're not familiar with your chart, there is a link in the description down below so that you can go and get yourself a free one. You need your place and time of birth as well as your date, although you can survive just on your date, but it's better with the place and time as well. So being a general reading rules apply. Roles can be reversed, so I can be talking about somebody else and I'm actually talking about you and vice versa. Although my readings are normally quite personal, so I'm not sure how much that ever comes into play. Timing is far from absolute with the tarot. This reading will, if it's yours, it will kick in whenever it kicks in. But on that note, there is a past and a present in this spread. So if the past and the present do not fit, there's also a more distant past. So pay attention to that bit as well, because if that fits and the rest doesn't, then it might kick in for you, just not yet. But there's a past and a present. If they don't fit, don't try and make them fit. Because you can look at one of your other placements, because this is actually tarot, not astrology, so the cards will read for who they want to read for, and for that matter they will answer whichever question they wish to. So I would like you to pause the video if you have to, but ask a question beforehand. Take a moment to think about all of the questions that are around you, focus upon one of them, but be aware of all of them, because like I said, the cards will answer what they want. But that moment of focus is basically the energy that you're putting into the reading, which is hopefully the energy that I will be giving back to you as I read these cards. Now, obviously, YouTube channel, so I'll give you the like, share, subscribe speech. If you like the video, press the like button. Seems common sense. It helps the video get around. I'm a new channel, so please do subscribe, because every subscriber helps, especially at the moment. Have you seen my numbers? But in the meantime, let me see, there's a Facebook group in the description box. You can message me directly through that. It has its own inbox. I post all of the videos that I post in it, obviously, but also the astrology videos I watch, sometimes other readers as well, especially if it's something that I've really found quite moving. So yeah, come and join the fun. Right, let me bring up your card, Scorpio. And I have to say that I'm feeling remarkably proud of you at the moment. I'm feeling proud of you for how you are feeling. We have, for how you are feeling, the Two of Cups. So there's that wonderful sense of unity there, clarified by the King and Queen of Wands. So we have a divine coupling here with the Two of Cups. So hey, maybe you've fallen in love. But with them being the Wands, I feel like you've managed to finally bring two things together within yourself so that your manifestation is going at full speed, that you are able to bring about the changes in your life and in your environment that you are wanting to. Not as easy done as said, is it? Because where I see you at the moment, the present card is the Seven of Wands. Now, it's not that, followed by the Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords. Right. Balance is very important here. Two of Swords in these April readings, as it's appeared in every single reading, and you've got two of them here, one clarifying and one right beneath. There's some element of balance. I don't feel that it's something that you're not aware of. It's that you are choosing to focus upon one thing, but that focus itself is making you feel a little bit nervous about who you have to present this to, who you have to meet, who you have to encounter. This Seven of Wands, sometimes I see this in this deck as a guy being apprehensive about meeting his peers. Now this time, as he comes through the door, brandishing his big wand, to be greeted by 6 other wands, assumably have people on the back of them, it's not that he's going in to meet his peers, it's that he's going in to meet he does not know who. He hasn't got a clue. He's like, who is it in here? What am I going to face now? And that is then clarified by the 8 of Wands. So things are moving fast around you. So whatever it is that you are presenting, it's moving fast. It's requiring a lot of balance and a lot of focus. But you have a goal here. You have a goal and several ways of doing it. 7 of Cups is the other card that appears to be... I think there's just been one reading so far where the 7 of Cups hasn't appeared. Now, this has had a fairly negative interpretation from me on a lot of the other readings, but right now, it's almost like there are multiple options coming in from on high, but because it's over a meadow and a swamp, let's be honest, that's a swamp, they are being put into the material world from on high to give you that boost, to give you that elevation, because it's clarifying this 4 of Cups, which is the hand of God offering you a new path. I'm not even sure that it's so much of a new path, since there's quite a sense of path going on here. So it's, yeah, you know what you're wanting to do, you're just not necessarily knowing how you're going to do it. But I do want to say that right now, as much as things are moving fast around you, it's maybe time to just draw within a little and listen. So that's not just listen to spirit, although, yeah, of course, listen to spirit and listen to your inner voice and your guardian angels and all of that, but just listen to the world, listen to the sounds, listen to what other people are thinking and feeling. And bear in mind that not everybody's thoughts are going to be in line with their feelings, or vice versa. But there is... Okay, that's a weird phrase. What I wanted to say something about grasping these 2 swords and activating both of their powers. But the only phrase that popped into my head is there's gold in them thar hills. You know, so those thoughts and feelings that you need to listen to, which I think are people as well as guidance from spirit, but mainly the people that are around you, there's gold in what they've got to say and how they've got to say it. So while you're focusing in on whatever this path is, you are about to be fully committed to. You're not quite there yet, but you know, you are wanting to make that commitment. So we've got the Lovers here and the 4 of Wands in the future. There's a lot of information and inspiration in what they say. So maybe whatever it is that you are trying to do or achieve needs to take these other people's thoughts and feelings into account. Even if it doesn't really need to take these other people's thoughts and feelings into account, there is still little gems for you to pick up from them. Right, so I'm going to go straight to the more distant past, because I know this is a trying time. You have achieved this inner balance and it's now going to get put to the test. Your commitment is being tested and the end of a tough cycle approaches. So whatever it is that you've been working on, I feel like these are the final stages for you to jump ahead with. And we have from the Queen of the Moon, the long night moon, darkness. Darkness is the time of creation. Darkness is the space that is pregnant with possibility and potentiality. It is the dark chaos that existed before the universe sprang into being. To use a I suppose it's one of the Greek creation myths that I'm using there, although I don't think it's only a Greek creation myth. But even in Christianity, let there be light. Beforehand was the darkness, and it is this blank canvas for you to shape and work with as according to your will and as according to your own sense of manifestation, as long as you are feeling in harmony with yourself, which I think that you are. Right, let's go back to this relevant, more distant past. So there's a time, there's a time before where you were being a messenger for something. There was a message you were carrying forward, there was a duty that you had, and it was something that you were quite passionate about. You laid a lot of plans about, but then maybe once you started your plans in motion, even though it led to a wonderful commitment that came to you, you may have relaxed just a little too much in the past. But it sort of paid off. I do feel with this Two of Wands, there's this young pharaoh, well, I assume it's a pharaoh, relaxing, watching his camels go off into the horizon. And I feel irritated with him because I want to say, get up off your backside and do something. You've set this into motion, now you need to follow it up. So I think that maybe there wasn't such that amount of follow-up, but it didn't matter because you ended up declaring your own kingdom, your own empire, your own sphere of influence, and exercising your power within that, which got you into a materially or real world wise a good position. But then some information come to you, some inspiration came to you, and you walked away from the lot of it, going, right, okay, it's either, no, I've had enough of that, or, right, done that now, what's next? And new dreams were given to you, but possibly they were you were influenced by some unreliable friends as well in going, right, let's go in a new direction. And that took quite a lot of strength, but you managed to level up and set something right. So I don't know why I felt these friends were unreliable, but as unreliable as they were, they've set you in a reasonably good direction for you. Because there's a lot going on for you at the moment that is shattering old patterns. We have from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, breaking the circle with Aniel and Mehiel with restoration of life. So almost like whatever it was that you walked away from in the past, maybe that is what is having new life breathed into it. Or because you walked away from this, whatever it was, after a while you began to feel just a little bit dejected and a little bit cheesed off and a little bit of, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I listened to Spirit, but, look where I've ended up now. But that got set right in the process somehow. We have justice here. And interestingly, we've got justice on the bottom of the deck here from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell with Kaliel. So that there is that theme of justice. I think there's another card in here somewhere that I might have seen earlier. Now, it took strength to set things right. Oh, so maybe that was why the friends were unreliable, because they set you off on a path that had not got a lot of fruit for you, but you managed to pull that back under control. You ended up with a whole new dream, but it was held up for a while because you knew you needed a more measured approach than what you'd necessarily had in the past. Well, that, with the speed of things happening right now, that measured approach has maybe risked going out of the window. I don't think it has. I don't think it should do. It's just things are getting a little bit faster than what you've been used to at the moment. But you've had another phase of walking away. Okay, that's interesting. However, this time it's almost you're walking away to let somebody else look after it while you get on with something else. And I feel that you will be coming back to it. It's almost like you've gone to do something that you feel is more sacred, and then you will get back to this as was, sort of, now, where were we sort of attitude with this Eight of Cups here. But I'm a bit concerned that maybe recently your view of whatever this dream has been, will be, has been a little bit shaky. So no wonder you're a bit nervous about it at the moment, because maybe you're not fully behind it and you're not seeing the full advantages of what it is that is it's going to be bringing you. So moving now into the future, we have the Lovers, the King of Swords, Knight of Cups. Now this Knight of Cups is more triumphant. It's almost like what you're going through right now. So wasn't this where the... where is it? Yeah, this is where the options come in. What you are going through right now is the experience that helps everything click into place, so that you go, now I know not just where I'm going, but why I'm going there. That's what's clicking into place. I understand now. So your friends have influenced you, and maybe to a point, spirit as well. There was a high priestess around here somewhere. Where was it? Yeah, there you are. But it hasn't felt quite... It's almost like with these cards, I'm all right, Jack, but what am I doing? I feel great, but where am I going? What am I doing? What am I going to do with all this feeling greatness? Not feeling greatness, but this feeling greatness. We need better words. I need better words. But there is a choice that you can go with this soon. You can use your wisdom with this. Okay, because we've got the Angel of Wisdom again. Wisdom comes from the depths of my experience. And we've got the King of Swords here in this deck is representing Odin, the man who is the hanged man hanging from the tree and having his eye pecked out for the cost of wisdom to be brought to him. But what you are trying to bring, right, soon, according to this, as long as you are making the clear choice that you feel is must be right and just, because we have breaking the circle and the justice card here, as well as the carrying on that theme of setting things right, manifestation is going to come in for you. You're going to be on fire with how you are surging ahead forward. This will be a form of wish fulfillment as long as you are listening to the elements of your intuition, of your intuition and of your sense of where the light truly is. So, Wheel of Fortune leading to Four of Wands. So again, was there another Four of Wands somewhere? Yes. There is a commitment coming like has come before. But it will be a... I do feel it's going to be better than it was before, because we've got that clarified by the Ten of Cups, and then yet again the Star. There is so much wisdom stroke wish fulfillment coming in for you, so maybe this is why I was saying right at the present, now is your time to listen. And that is to listen to spirit, but listen to people, listen to songs on the radio as you go for your exercise, that you hear coming out of people's kitchens or what have you. This is all stuff that will give you wonderful information. That balance is going to become a lot easier for you. It's almost going to be a magical act. This is what I really do feel like we're seeing here, isn't it? With this Two of Pentacles here, it's practically a magical act going on. Please forgive my housemate coming in and out. But a wonderful surge forward, with a dream that all of a sudden has potential and has the ability to look after more than just yourself, has the ability to create quite the effect. This Queen of Cups here, she's a bit of a schemer, this one, but she's really proud of herself here. And the emotions I'm feeling from it is rather, I've done it. I've sorted it. I've got this thing in motion. And that's what I feel. I've got this thing in motion. And now there's the point where she can sit back, just like this Pharaoh in the Two of Wands back here. She can sit back and go, all right, on you go then. Let's see what happens, knowing perfectly well what is going to happen. So you can take the opportunity to try and level up at that point. Things will remain a bit confusing, although there will be wisdom coming in for you again. It's going to change again. It's going to be confusing for a little while again, but this time you know why you're going through the confusion. It's almost like, I don't understand that, so I'm going to dive into that, and of course I'm going to be confused as I'm figuring it out, and then I will be figuring it out. With the King of Pentacles, bringing this really into the practical, real world, creating a harvest for you and those around you, manifesting. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. You've really been doing the work. I remember a couple of readings ago, Scorpio, I said to you, well, you're the sign about transformation to transform already. That's well underway. That is in process. And you're not the only sign that's going through a transformation that has started a little while ago as well. It's not that you're going through another transformation. You're going through a period of dotting the I's and crossing the T's almost, although there's still a lot of text of this contract you're having to read. But we have Matariel, the angel of rain. She is that power that is coming in and cannot be denied, just as you've got the Wheel of Fortune in your near future here. She is, in fact, let me read it from the book, because it says it so much more beautifully than what I do, if I can find her. Here we are. Matariel's touch is felt, seen and heard. Its presence is heavy, filling the air, saturating the ground. Matariel is heralded by thunder clapping through the sky, signalling change and shift. There is a great migration coming, and it arcs like lightning. The potentiality from one body is moving to another, a precarious transference, a swift communion like the arrow taking to its target. Awareness is paramount for the journey. What was I saying? Listen. Don't try to create an outcome for your future. Being the moment. Let the rain fall where it may. Now you have a general overview of where the rain is going to fall, or more to the point, you will have. You haven't at the moment. Like I say, listen, make the commitments. As the dream fleshes out for you, as the goal fleshes out for you, make the commitments. Other people are celebrating, other people around you are celebrating something. But this is clarified by the Three of Swords. Are you dumping friends because they're just party animals and not necessarily that much use? Or are they actually celebrating some harmful news to you? Because we've got the Three of Swords here. But again, I feel really comfortable with this Three of Swords, because it hurt. Whatever it is, it hurts. But there is a blossoming that comes out of that pain. There is a growth that comes out of that pain that is far better than what you had before, and causing a transformation within you. That's why Justice. Because on the bottom of the decks, we have Ace of Swords, clarity coming to you. Clarity is not there at the moment. They're not obscured, but they are muddy, opaque. You you try and wipe the condensation off the window and you find that there's an oil smear on it at the same time, so you still can't see that great through it. That will be clearing up. But the trick to that clearing up is listening to all of the cues, whether it's the neighbour's radio, your friends talking, spirit, people's opinions. All these things can jumble up together and you will be able to find the little gems in them that make you go, ha, that makes sense, that fits just there. So now I've got that bit of my plan sorted. What next? Back to listening. Because you're worried that you're having to protect everything and that everything will transform a bit too fast for you. Oh well, can't do anything about that. Things are going to transform and things are going to transform fast for you. So that's probably quite a valid fear, but it's also a hope. It's like, I want things to change, don't want things to change. So the problem is that if you are going to have change, what you get with it is change. So, it's going to, like Material's power, just land and splash out and spread out. And there's going to be unforeseen consequences, most of which are for the better here. But for the final outcome cards, maybe not so cheerful. We have the Eight of Swords. All right, I get it. There is a lot of things to be stripped away from you at the moment, but that's, again, I don't think that's news to you. Looking at that Three of Cups, Three of Swords here, which again is giving you that forward push. So I can see that friends through negative actions are pushing you forward. I don't feel bad about that Tower at all. It's almost like, yeah, I'm getting rid of the crap. But you have to be careful not to trap yourself. But I do like this Eight of Swords because she's there in this hovering cage of the swords. Those swords are floating at her will. Remember, Eight of Swords, she put herself there. And she has blinded herself, like this Two of Swords, just to concentrate on something else in the meantime. So what I feel with this Eight of Swords is that you are being protected. There is a downside with Eight of Swords in the Tower, is if you stress out too much, it's all going to go horribly wrong. The final card emphasises that, Five of Pentacles. Seek help from the correct place. And that's really important here. Seek help from the correct place. Because if you think about the Five of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck, or even in this Tarot Apocalypsis or Gilded Tarot, it shows the light shining through the church window. It shows the advantage of support to be given to you. Here it's, I don't know, Hansel and Gretel maybe, but being chased away from a cottage by a guard dog. So they're worried, they're hungry, they're cold, they're in fear, one's supporting the other, the guard dog is trying to get rid of them. But there is support on offer, it just has to come from the right place. I don't think I finished what I was saying here. So, bottom of the decks, Ace of Swords, clarity is coming to you. Justice, things are being set right. So we've got justice on the bottom of the deck, justice in the recent past, justice on the bottom of the Oracle deck, and we've got all these balance symbolisms that are, you are pretty well balanced at the moment. King and Queen of Wands with the Two of Cups. So if this is a love reading, then there's a new relationship that's on the horizon and you're wondering, should I go for it or not? Yeah, go for it, but it's not going to come clear for a while. But yeah, go for it. Why not? You'd be a fool not to. But there will be pain along the way. Three of Swords, wherever it was, here with the friends, and Three of Swords here on the bottom of the final deck. But again, a forging, I really like this Three of Swords because, again, I've got it's almost like a heart has been pierced by the Trinity and is has lit a fire. Beneath that heart is a flame which comes from a star. That pain, that chopping away, is unleashing the heart of a star. So, yes, dive into the new relationship if it's a new relationship, but I don't think this is a relationship reading by a long chalk. I think that the transformation that you started for a while ago, it's starting to, well, it's already becoming concrete in your present, but you're starting to see the future path ahead. And I think the future path ahead is going to come clear for you. But just remember, listen and act on the side of justice. But be aware that big changes are coming. And right now your commitment is being tested. Now your commitment recently has been a little bit wavery anyway. So this is giving you the tools to have the strength to reinvigorate that commitment to whatever this is. And that's what I might call the reading, reinvigorate the commitment. So, finally, Tongasuk from the Le Carte Infernale. He's an Inuit god who watches over the fishermen of Greenland. He may appear as a boar or a one-armed man, and he speaks with the familiar spirits of the village shamans. Again, there's that sense of listening, and there's that sense of a certain amount of spirit guidance. Was it you that had all those star cards? No. But there's that sense of guidance appearing from the most unlikely of sources. Like a one-armed bear is not the source you would necessarily expect to be getting that guidance from. But the fact that he is one-armed makes me think that right now you're not quite operating with both hands because you don't have the freedom to operate with both hands, not just at the moment. But that's fine. That is absolutely fine because you are revisiting certain things. You know, like I say, you're reinvigorating the commitment. But there's also certain things that you're revisiting with a view to getting rid of. And that may be the influence of some less than useful friends of yours, to be honest. I'm not saying all your friends are useless, not by long chalk, but there does seem to be one or two pointed out here that their influence is not the most positive on you. If anything, it has been holding you back. Yeah, I'd love there to be a more polite way of putting that, but there isn't. All right. So if this does mean anything to you, Scorpio, I feel so mean for having said that. But if this does mean anything to you, Scorpio, comment down below. Like I said, please press like, please subscribe. Join the Facebook group and message me directly if you want a personal reading. And also, the Facebook group will let you know when I've got more videos coming out, so will the notifications bell down there. So keep the faith. Well, I would say keep the faith, Scorpio, but that's not quite right. It's let the faith grow back. All right? Cheers.